Hey there, it's Patmos, and nice of you to join me for the continuing adventures with our little Ostriv town. Happy Easter, of course, to everybody. And, well, here we have our town. As we are going to continue with that, here we were building the new part of town with our first row house. So that'll be cool. So I've decided for now to start playing on speed 2. And not speed 3, because that gives me slightly more time to just breathe and have fun and talk to chat and things like that. So I think that will be good in the end. And it just slows down the pace of the game a bit. Sometimes I tend to try and show off as much as I can in the 2 hours that I stream. But it's not all about just showing off everything. It's also about having fun and having time to interact with chat and things like that. So sometimes I should slow down a bit. That's what we're going to try today. Well, I hope that was a joke from my part and that they did not really... Nope, their eggs are still there. Not many, but we have eggs, so that works. That's good. Alright, we are back to our town. Ooh, we do need some charcoal. Let's make this one empty. Or just destroy the resources, that's fine. Then they can fill it up again. That should be interesting. And since last stream, while we were away, 4 new people decided to join up. Thank you very much for that. That is really nice. So a warm welcome to Artberg, Autumn, April, Flinger, Thu and Giok. Thank you so much for joining up. It's highly appreciated. Alright, I think we need a church before we can continue our adventures. And since we started this part of town, I think this is also going to be the place for the church, somewhere here at least. So let's try that. Let's rotate it a bit, I guess. And then we'll build a church. Which is, well, quite soothing for the time of the year, I think. So that's nice. Also means that well, we're going to build this village house, but we still have enough space in housing. We have 5 houses available right now. So maybe we should just move this house. Because we can't take in any new families at this point. So we'll have to wait until this gets done. I need to bring in a lot of resources. And, of course, tear down a few trees, which might take some time. But we'll get it done. Do you get a good price for selling eggs? I don't know. Are we selling? We're not selling them yet. And I can't sell them right to this folks. So I guess I have to wait and see until we find a village that we can actually sell some eggs to. I don't think the price is that good, but it's an easy use, eggs and chicken meat, to fulfill all the needs of our people in town. Especially the food variety ones. So every now and then people will be able to buy some of the eggs or whatever. So that might be helpful. And I don't know, maybe we should get a bakery at some point and then see they could use flour and eggs and stuff to bake some nice things. I don't know. It appears Roadhog left again. Well, or he just went out to get a pint. That could also be the case, of course. But he started talking, now he's silent. Alright, our graveyard still has the amount of space that we want in there, but we might also want to add a few more, and maybe a few nice trees. We can put up a few pine trees next to those graves. I think that'll look nice. We should probably do a big row of pine trees here, so that at least the graveyards will take shape. I think we also need to add the burial plots to it right now. Right, let's rotate them a little bit. So how has your day been, Kevin? And what have you been doing? Yeah, I do like those lilac bushes, so we'll place some of those here too. Seems to be a bit of a hole here. Alright, this is it. At least now we have enough graves. Hopefully nobody dies, of course, but, well, now we have a place to put them if we have to. How's our brick production right now? Alright, 1100 bricks. So we have some bricks, that's okay. The charcoal needs to be filled, but I guess all the people are hired in the farms. Yes, which is very good actually. So a lot of people will come to work on the farms. Let's go check our cows. Yeah, we have a lot of bulls. So we're going to slaughter a few. That will help leather production, of course. And... oh, this is perfect. That should give us enough to actually produce some leather. And they're already tanning one batch, so another batch will be very nice. They're collecting the bark and stuff for it, so that's good. Ah, gazebo is done. They just need to do one more and chop a few trees and we can get going with the church. Yeah, I was just thinking, this is your last day off work due to your injury and now you have to get back. With the injury, of course, but you have to go back and do some paperwork. Well, just push it everywhere and they'll be happy. I guess let's do a little bit of speed 3 because I want to get a little faster to the church because right now no new families can come in and that's not what we want. And at least I now have the peace of mind to speed up a bit because we did quite good. Alright, this farm is completely harvested, so that's well, but do we have enough space in our granaries? We have basically one granary here, one granary here, and that's it. So it could be worthwhile getting another granary, maybe on this side of town, because there are houses here. Or we should do it on this side and then start expanding here. That could also be a nice option. And with the extra granary, we can also store a lot more goods. So I think that might be a good one. So we'll build a granary right here at the end of the bridge. And then we can build the houses all around it. That should be good. Yeah, interesting question. Do you then have to work the whole night shift or... Ooh, we have a visitor. We have a visitor. He's not producing any of that. Should probably get a bit of extra mead. Apples. No, we're not going to sell any apples. We're going to keep those. 1 AM till 1 PM. Oh, that sounds like a very long morning shift. Alright. Apples, buckwheat, chicken eggs, and chicken meat. Then we'll get clothing, shoes, warm clothing, and some salt, because people do buy salt every now and then. And then we can fit the rest in, like firewood, fish, flour. What else do we have? Oh, we can maybe sell some meat here. That's nice. That should help out if we build houses there. That people will go there and can buy some goods here. Ah, we are building the church. Very good. Do we have the nails for that? I believe we have a lot of nails. Yeah, 1300. So that's good. Oh wow, we'll be sorting the paperwork from the European Union. I guess you'll be busy. Maybe once you're done with that, your boss just not gonna let you back to your normal job. He just keeps you doing this because then you're probably doing a very good job. Alright, I'm going to build a few houses with gardens because they're nice. Oh, they're so big. No, I'm not going to build houses here with gardens. I'm going to build houses without a garden right here next to the road. And next to the water, of course. Let's rotate them a bit so they fit nicely along the water. Uneven terrain. I don't care. Just build me a house. Alright, that's a few houses. They need some water, of course. But we can place that next to the granary. Because here we'll have fresh water. And if we place it too close to the... Sure, yeah, we get low quality water. That's not what we want. We want some extra water in here though. So let's build an extra well here. Can't wait for the granary to be done, because that will be interesting. Yeah, Brexit got him a job. A very lengthy job. There's a lot that needs to be done. A child has been born, so we are actually going over the 300 limit, not because new families are coming in, because a child was born. But we're building the church. So after this, we should get new people in. It's a little bit of a church in the woods. We'll get rid of the woods at some point, but not for now. Well, you take good care of your Bessie. Interesting. Alright, so three more families can live in this single one apartment building. We still need 8,100 bricks for the next row house. I don't think we have that amount of bricks yet. No, we only have 2,600. So we'll see. We're going to let them build it for a bit and then we'll move it over, I think. Those row houses will be very interesting, and we really need to keep up with our farming production, of course. Because right now, we can basically provide everybody with what they need, but it might soon not be the case if we don't up the farm output somehow. Alright, interesting. We don't need... Yeah, we do need to buy some iron. Oh, that was a little cough. Sorry about that. Alright, the water is frozen. No more boats incoming. This one is trying to glide his boat back, I guess. We have some food for sales on this side of the river, but no housing yet. Oh, that'll come soon enough. I think it's time to start planning our own iron production. So let's start by placing an iron mine. Right there. And then, of course, we also need a smeltery. That needs to be at the river, but it will cut off the river with its long arm. So that is an issue. This is all uneven terrain, so we can't build it right here. Maybe we can build it somewhere here. Yeah, we can. I know the boats from trade are coming from this direction. They go in here. So maybe this should not be the place of the... Yeah, let's get rid of this one. We're going to build the iron mine on this side. Right there. And then we'll build the smeltery also on this side. Not too close to the houses, so maybe a little bit more this way, like this. Then we need a warehouse here to store all the goods. Yeah, let's rotate it like this. Alright, this can be interesting. Here we'll have our own firewood production, our own iron production. We're going to need charcoal for this one to run, I believe. 5 units of charcoal and 5 units of iron ore, yeah. So, let's get some charcoal pits here. Now it's starting to complain about uneven terrain again. Oh wow, there's a lot of uneven terrain here. We'll get it in though. I am sure of that. Yeah, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we'll start off with 3. That should be good enough to supply the smeltery with charcoal. And we can also store some in the warehouse, although I'd rather not do that. I want to store the iron ore there that we're going to get from the mine. Now, as you can see, it will take quite some time, so we'll move some of these over because I want these in quickly. And, of course, once the church is done, and it's done, we still have 5 houses available. 3 in the apartment building and 2 other houses available, so a lot more families can come in to do all the jobs. Let's speed up again a little bit. Hello, J4Y915. I probably should call you J or something like that. I don't know. Hi, welcome. Nice of you to join us. Thanks for the follow. No, there's no real landscaping tool at this point in the game. I'm not sure if they are planning on that later on. But no, it's not in here yet. Oh, that's totally fine. Sometimes I just have to guess how to pronounce people's names. And of course I don't want to slaughter names and things like that. So that sometimes gets quite interesting. Oh, wow. Buckswin, thank you very much for the resubscription. That's very nice. Thank you. And thank you for the followed Cut. Thank you, very nice. Alright, let's see. Should we sell anything else? I don't think so. Well, we can make a little bit of money here. Do we need to buy warm clothing? Yeah, a little bit. I think we need to get some sheepies soon too, but we're getting too many industries at the same time. That's not good. But yeah, there's no landscaping tools, unfortunately. And this map number 2, is especially made this way to pose more of a challenge for people. So with all the uneven terrain, that's put in there specifically to make it a bigger challenge. Because quite a few people were complaining that if you played all the other maps, some of them had a few patches where you couldn't really build, but building wasn't really a challenge. Now, they might have overdone it a little bit on this one because there's just so many inaccessible areas where you can't build, so that's interesting. But yeah, maybe that'll be something for the future to smoothen out terrain a bit or something like that. Although, I have to say, in games like this, I don't really feel like I would see a lot of terraforming be done. Because this is just a landscape, make use of it. So just having a tool and this whole mountain just disappears and you flatten it out, for me doesn't really feel like that should be it. Maybe I would like to see more of a tool where you can flatten it out a little bit just so that you can put a house on it on top or something like that. So how are you, Buckswin? Hope you have a great Easter weekend. Our church is still hidden in the trees. I think we should order them to cut a few trees around the church because I want to see the church. I want to make a square here, so we need to... I think Jay, you didn't miss anything. I streamed this last Wednesday and I have not put that one up on YouTube yet, and now I'm continuing already. Usually I take some more time, but since a lot of people want to see Ostriv, I'll just play Ostriv. So the last one is not on YouTube yet. A cow died of starvation. Oops, that's not good. I think we ran out of hay because we're so busy with other things. Oh boy, we're gonna lose a lot of cows because we don't have food for them. Oh boy, let's speed up. But by the time that we actually get some hay back, we're in trouble. We had too many industries, too many people doing different things and not creating any hay for our cows. That's the issue. Well, luckily we have enough money so we can just buy new cows later on. And get a few extra hay dryers just to help out. Those things can happen sometimes when you... are expanding your village and all of a sudden they do all the jobs like harvesting and stuff and then they forget to bring in all the hay that we need. So there goes all the cowies. Unfortunate, but yeah, the YouTube series is also a different game. I play on the same map, but then we started up on the hill here and now we started here. Basically... I've put up the first episode from this series, I think, on YouTube as well. And now that's... the second one is not on yet. And now this one I'm streaming live, so... Alright, let's move this over because this is taking me too long. We still need a lot of bricks. Yeah, that's from Wednesday. I'll upload that later on so that people can watch that too. We have 400 salt to spare, so let's do so. Let's stack up on some money so we can buy new cows as soon as we have food for them again. Now, of course, once it's the end of February, the snow will go away and we can put them in the pastures again. I'm just really hoping that we didn't lose all animals by then. But it's gonna get very close, and I think most will be gone by then. Oh boy. Yeah, Bastide feels a little bit more like you really have to survive with your village. You get attacked, and all is about food and building them good enough houses so they don't all die. And this game is a bit more about having fun building a nice town. Alright, there goes the cowies. So we did have some survivors. We immediately got a newborn bull. That's good. Here too. But I think, yeah, we can't buy any here, so that's not going to happen. We need to make sure we get food for the next winter. No, they die so fast. That's really a problem. The cows just went away too fast. But we'll get there. At least some of them survived. And we can buy a few new ones later on. We have plenty of money anyway, so that worked out. Did not lose all of them. Alright, we're building a new house here now. Once that area is done, we're going to switch to this side and build housing here too. So we build on both sides of this little river. Guess we're going to get a very big town. Ah, another 1,000 bricks ready. 500 almost. Still bringing in the sand and the charcoal. Oh, these charcoal burners are already complete. That's fast. How are we doing with flour? 1,800. Okay, so that's with the 3 mills that we have, they can still manage. The new medieval city builder, Grimwold. I did take a look at it. I just forgot the name. I've written it down here somewhere. I looked at it for like 5 minutes because it's little one's birthday, of course, so I had other things in mind before she went to bed. But yeah, I looked at it a bit. Looked interesting. I still have to take a closer look to see how far the game is faring along and how well it's doing, but we'll see. Alright, we'll buy 6 cows and 2 bulls and spread them out evenly over the farms. Well, one of the fun thing about gaming sometimes is that you have to save some money before you can buy a new one and then just play the old one. So that can be really interesting. Traveler's Rest. What's that about? Traveler's Rest. Sounds like you have to do a lot of traveling and a lot of resting. Alright, they need to be sowing in the farms, people. Come on. Are we sowing in the farms? Oh, they're all sown in already. Everything is growing. Ah, that's fast. That's good. Same here, I hope. Yes. Everybody hired, so that's good. Let's get into some mowing soon, but it's still not mowing season, so we'll have to wait with that. Let's speed up for a bit now. You run your own tavern, farm a bit, and level up in buildings so you can expand and become self-sufficient. Alright, that sounds kinda interesting. I'll write it down. Traveler's Rest. Always up for new ideas, so that's nice. Yeah, sounds a little bit like Tavern Master, or also a little bit like Winkeltje the Little Shop, where you run your own shop and you grow your own food and then sell it in the shop and stuff like that. Maybe it's a little bit more like that. That was also a funny little game. Alright, let's sell the last batch of charcoal. Do we still need iron? No, we have plenty for now. A new messenger from Paniyut. Oh, there he goes. I still need to fix that. We still have plenty of meat, but just to keep Roadhog and Kevin happy, I'll buy some extra alcohol for them. That will always be good. Church is done, that house is done. We now have a granary here, so let's set it up. Luckily, we now have the copy tool, so we'll just copy this granary and then put it in here so that it has the same list. That should at least work. Then do this, apply to all, and apply this to all. And now we should have workers in here as well. Yes. And they can now start to stack up on everything. If we have some to spare, of course. We have 11,000 buckwheat, so that should be fine. 6,000 potatoes. 1,700 flour. We did not have that many fish, though. So I think we can put extra people in here now. And maybe we should build 1 or 2 extra fisheries just to get the extra fish out of there that we can use in town. I think that'll be a smart option. Let's get some extra fish out. Uneven terrain, of course, why not? Well, then we'll build them on this side. 2 fisheries. Do we still have unemployed people? Well, basically only ladies, so that's a thing. Chill games are always good, although this game is as chill as you want it to be, of course. I mean, if you run speed 3 all the time, it can be quite intense, but if not, then it can be a very chill game. Alright, we're getting up to the iron ore mine, which will be very helpful if we can make good use of it, but we also need a lot of hay. Hopefully we can get that soon. A messenger from Balaklia. Can we sell them anything? Yeah, a little bit of sunflower oil, but that's it. Alright. I'm going to buy a bit of lime, because we're going to need some lime soon to build more houses. Ah, okay. Well, that's a bit the same with Winkeltje, the little shop. You start as a shop owner and you have to do everything yourself, and then later on you level up and you can hire employees and they can do stuff for you and things like that. So, oh well, I'll take a look at it when I have some time for that. Could be very interesting. We still need 4,500 bricks in there. We have 2,500, so we're getting there. And we get another 500 here. They're building this 500, so that's nice. Alright, well, you know the games I play, Roadhog, so maybe you know whether it's something for me or not. Ah, we have some. Let's take a look at the sunflowers again. This looks so lovely. All the sunflowers growing towards the sun. What's this? Hemp, my hemp field. Very nice. Let's make some clothing out of that. That'll be nice. What's this? Some flax, more clothing. Here we have some weed. Still has to get into this nice golden color. Oh, and people, please, if you play this game, zoom in every now and then and just take a look at all the details. It's just so nice. It's almost like you can walk through your town and see what everything looks like. Look at this street. Look at how nice this is. I love it. This is such a nice game. Let's take a little walk through town. It's a bit wonky, but okay, here we go. There we have our square where people are sitting, buying the goods. Nobody really using the gazebo, but that's okay. They're just chilling in the sun. Look at this. Very nice. I like it. Alright, let's zoom out a bit, because we have to maintain our town, of course. To keep checking where they are. Alright, we need another 1,500 bricks. And then we can really get it done. Very interesting. Ah, we have a completely filled up row house. That's cool. Alright, let's move this over so we get the metalworks done. At the same time, they can make the bricks for this one. Let's put some people into the iron ore mine. And then it might be a good moment to still expand the farming a bit more. We are completely out of apples, by the way. So we might get a few orchards too. Alright. Ah, they're mining the iron. That's the right way to go. Now let's get the smeltery. Needs a lot of wood, some nails and stone, but we should have all of that. This one also needs to be supplied with wood. And one way to help that is just to up this number a bit so they don't have to go that often anymore and have them supplied by anything else. That could also be work. No mowing the grass yet. Well, they did mow the grass, as we can see right here. The hay is now drying. They're busy with it. We already have 1300 hay now, so we should be getting all the stuff that we need for the winter. Also build an extra shed here, extra hay barracks, so we can now store 14,000 hay. That should be sufficient. No, you didn't miss it because I didn't show it. So good that you pointed it out, so I can show it now. I'm going to have a bit of a drink from my hot choco, so I'll turn the microphone off for a second. I'll be back soon. Alright, there we are again. Let's see. We have a 2-year-old bull, a 1-year-old bull, and here we have only a 3-year-old bull. So let's get the 1-year-old in there. And maybe a few cows. Because this one is 11 in now. This one has now 6. Alright, now 8. That's better. Okay, so that works. We saved the cows. At least not all of them died. And now hopefully they can keep this up and running so that we keep mowing and keep getting more hay. How's this faring along? Ooh, they're building the smeltery already. The dam is almost done. Oh, this is such a nice build. This is one of the most impressive builds in the game, I think. I'm going to watch it now as they're going to build it. This one is so detailed, looks so nice. If you have not taken a look at it from up close while they build it, you should definitely do that. Alright, there we go. It's really cool that when they move into the water, they actually move into the water. They don't walk on it, so that's really nice. Here it comes. Really building all the bricks here. Right, let's do a quick charcoal sale to make some money. There we go. Look at this. Yeah, it's nice weather now for a swim. They should all just take a dive on their free time. Would be interesting if they could add that for like 2 months, so that normally they would sit on a bench, but in July and August when they have free time they take a dive in the water and then get back to work. That would be very cool. And then during the winter in the snow in January they would do some skiing off the hill. Those could be interesting additions. I don't know how moddable this game is, but should be possible to make that. Ah, here comes the big wheel. There it comes up. Very nice. Ooh, somebody died of an illness. I guess it's time for us to get the barber shop. That should be good. That should be keeping people more healthy. It's a very long build, this one. But once it's done, we'll be happy that it's there. And it just looks so good. We can now really see, when you zoom in, really see the elevations in the landscape. Because they're quite big hills. From up top, what I usually show is not that obvious. But right now it is. Alright, this is taking a bit too long. We're going to get back to this soon. I have to check in town, see if everything's still working. How are we doing with the hay? 4,000 and another 100. Very good. That is some hay. Harvest is on the way. Very good. I should be bringing everything in. We ended up with 9,000 buckwheat before the harvest. That's good. We have 7,000 apples now. We have no wheat left to spare. Just what we're harvesting now. So that could be something. We have 5,000 potatoes still. 1,000 flour. Yeah. Or maybe I should give them a pay raise if they enjoy themselves in their free time instead of sitting on the bench. But I don't know if that'll work. And I don't want to pay them anymore. They get enough money for now. I'm not giving them anything extra. Alright, we've spared up 2,500 iron ore already. So we should be starting to make our own iron. As soon as we get the people in here. Yep, there we get it. Alright, let's see. We don't get that much wheat in. Ah, there's still fields that need to be taken in. Okay, that's interesting. Ah, we got a house here now. That looks very nice. Typing issue. Oh, well, we all have that sometimes. Here we get all the bad fumes from the smeltery, but we're smelting iron. I like it. Alright, now since they can store iron ore in here, I'm still going to store a bit in here, but just not too much, but we'll do 2,500. We're going to store iron in here, of course, like 5,000. Not that we're going to get that, but at least we can store it. And maybe get some extra charcoal in here, just to be safe. So 2,500, that should do the trick. Let's go to one of my other warehouses, because that's set up in the correct way for the harvest and things like that. Another messenger appeared. We have nothing to sell to them. And nothing to buy, so that's okay. Free time does not help productivity. That's true, that's true. Free time does not help the productivity. Another row house is done. We can immediately see the difference. This one has a walkthrough. So if we make a big square around here, then this is the way where they can get in and out. So that's really cool. It does look amazing, I have to say again. Look how these two are looking the same, but still different. I like it a lot. And I believe we are now able to build pavements as well. So what you can do is we can just tell them to do something like this. Yeah, it's in the way. Ah, that's so unfortunate. Maybe we should do it from here on then, like this. So then we can just build pavement here. And I think that could be very nice if we build some pavement here. We could really make it a little bit of a square area or something like that, or a street, and then build row houses on the other side too. That could be very cool. I find it so weird that the barbers is what they are used for health in this. In Bastide they have a herbalist. You'd think they have a medicine hut or a doctor or even a herbalist, but they have barbers. Well, not known by a lot of people, but in a lot of societies, the barber, the person who just shave your beard and your hair and would check you for lice and stuff, also did a lot of the healing work. Staying healthy and getting your beard and stuff trimmed was a way to stay healthy and get all the lice out and things like that. And there are many countries and many people where the barber would do a lot of the health things before there were actual doctors and things like that. So to us now, it seems a bit weird that a barber would do that. We associate the barber just with doing your hair and your beard. But historically, this is actually right, that this guy will be the one to keep you healthy. Now, since this looks like a stone building, I think we should fit this one in right here. In our town here. Maybe on this side of the street. That could be interesting. And then build a row house next to it. But maybe it should face the church. That could be interesting. We'll make it face the church. So this will be some sort of an alley where this house comes in, but then we'll build a new row of houses here. Interesting. Let's get the barber. That's interesting. But yeah, it's of course a very obvious thought to think, oh, why would somebody who cuts hair also do the health work? But in a lot of society, it happened. And since it's 1730 right here, they apparently do not have actual doctors. Do we still have apples in the export stock? Yes, let's sell them before they go bad. It appears all the harvests are in already, so we have a lot of people available to do that, otherwise they would not have done it. We have a lot of flax and stuff as well, so let's get more people into the clothing business to make sure that we get plenty of that too. How much clothing do we have? 900, so I don't think we have a place to store our clothing yet. And our shoes and stuff like that. Well, we can do that in here. No, this is filled up. We need an extra storage. That's what we need. A warehouse. Somewhere like this, I guess. This could work. In the middle of town. So from here and from here they can get the stuff there. The marketplaces at least. Let's move this one up because I want this done quickly. And then we'll put all the clothing in here so we can build a stockpile. That should be good. Let's buy some horilka. I thought we would be selling more of that already. Apparently not. Wool, iron ore, stuff like that. That's all fine. Yeah, very true, very true. Well, the interesting thing about streaming, we can all learn from it. About games, but also about real life and the past and things like that. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being so nice, but also for giving me such a friendly and nice chat where we can all talk and learn and have fun. It's amazing. Now let's start storing some clothing, shoes and warm clothing. Let's set it up. All right, that's one step. Apply to all and apply to all. And now this one can be filled up too. Yes, very good. We need some more cow hides. Yeah, that's going to take some time now because a lot of our animals died, of course. Okay, well, next year we'll get there. It's another winter time. And I feel kind of desperate that we need a lot of farm. So I'm going to slow the game down a bit. And we're going to build another farm. Or at least the fields for it. Then we place the farm. And then things should be fine. Now we can't build a lot here because of the terrain. So maybe we can use this landscape for some farm fields. Alright, we'll start off right here. 25. Oh, it can actually be quite long here. Too long, alright. Let's build some extra fields. We do need them. Well, depends on where you go, but sometimes when you go to an average soccer match, you still can't see the difference, but that's a whole different story, of course. Alright, this is interestingly shaped, I guess, but I like it. We just need to get more fields out so that we can start to produce extra food here. We should keep it at least a walking path here so that we people can just get past it. That would be nice. But I don't think we can squeeze in a lot more fields here. What we can do though, hopefully, is place the farm somewhere on top here. There's too much uneven terrain. Oh, here we can place the farm. That would be good. Interesting. Little house on the prairie. Oh, I see you both watching. Sitting there on the couch with a beer. Watching... watching Little House on the Prairie. Oh my. They could make a television show just about that. You two watching Little House on the Prairie. That would be fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's get 2 more fields. Let's make use of all this land here. Too short. What's that? Too short. Well, this is one of the more interesting looking farms, I guess. There we go. Well, at least we try to make use of the land here, so that's something. And as soon as the farm is done, we can assign the fields. And we'll have some extra production up in the hills, so that could be interesting. Those were the days. Yeah, first watch Little House on the Prairie, and after that you would go and watch Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. And then you basically know everything that did not ever happen in history. $3,000 bricks. How many do we need for this dude? 6,000 bricks for the barber. Alright, well, at least all the houses are filled here. I don't think, yeah, we have no housing available anymore, so we need to invest in some more housing. We also need more bricks, though, because I think brick production is quite slow. Well, it's going quite fast, but we just need so many bricks for each house. But of course, it also houses 4 families, so that makes it a bit better then, I guess. Let's just continue by putting down a few extra houses here. Come on. Here we go. I think we should leave this a bit open as some sort of a square. Uneven terrain. So let's continue right here. Oops, that was the wrong button. I wanted to build more houses in a row. There we go. Uneven terrain. Oh, why not? We haven't had a lot of messages about uneven terrain yet, so why not get a few more? Yeah, impossible to place a house there again. Uneven terrain. Ah, here it's gone. Well, here's the uneven terrain challenge. Oh boy. Very nice, this map. I love it, but it's very hard with all the uneven terrain. Charles Ingalls, or Jonathan, as he became in Highway to Heaven a man's. Our farm is almost done. That's nice. So here we have our little farm on the prairie. Snow prairie in this case, but it's still a snow prairie. There we go. Come on, finish it. Get up here and build me the farm. Yep, there we are. Very good. Let's attach the fields to it. We still have a month to get it all done. And then at least we have an extra farm. I don't like where I've put it, but I guess this was quite an easy way to actually get it. So this is something. Let's put in a manager and people like that. So, what's this? Demolish. No, I do not want to demolish it. Cancel, cancel, cancel. I don't want to demolish that, of course. Apply to all and apply to all. Here we go. Let's get a manager. Yes, we can now set it up. Alright, so we were going to need a lot more wheat. So the question is, what goes along with wheat? Well, buckwheat, hemp and flax. We have plenty of buckwheat and we have plenty of hemp and plenty of flax. All the time. Let me check. Yes, still 6,000 flax and 6,000 hemp, so that's okay. Buckwheat we can use for sales and for food, so let's get some extra buckwheat, I guess. could also be worthwhile soon to start getting a few plows. Because with the plows, we will be able to change up the whole rotation system and get even more crops out of the land all the time. And since wheat uses 50 and 60, we should be able to put more wheat on one farm before it has to turn fallow again. So that could be really interesting. But we'll have to see. For now, I just want to get wheat out of this farm. So we'll set it up with buckwheat. So that at least we get it all. And it provides us with a few fallow fields. So maybe we should get some sheep too, so that we can make our own warm clothing. Oh, but we're also busy getting some ship docks ready, so there need to be people in there too. Apply to all. Apply to all. I want some boats in here after the winter, of course. There's always so many things to do in this game. So, for instance, we need to activate the fields. Alright, there we go. 357 people. No housing available and plenty of jobs available. Okay, well, I don't think it's going that bad. And I like this part of town with these houses here, but also this little area. I love it. Can't wait to see what comes next. Ah, they're storing wheat in here. We should not do that. We should not be storing wheat there. We should be storing wheat somewhere else. That is an issue. Let's get it out. Because all the wheat needs to go either to the windmills or to the feeding areas here. So we should probably change that up a bit. Let's buy another 500 so we have some stuff to drink all the time. Yeah, basically we have what we call is a 3-crop rotation system. So there's 3 different seasons or 3 different years. We grow a crop, and then we have a fallow field. Because with most crops, let's check this one for instance. This uses over half of the orange nutrient, over more than half of the green nutrients, and nothing of the blue nutrient. So yeah, after 2 years you just need to get the land back. Now, having cows on a fallow field will help get the nutrients back, so that is a good thing. Also, plowing makes it that plants need 20% less nutrients than applied here. So, for instance, if we take the wheat field, it will use 60% of the green nutrient. If we can bring that down by 20%, which should be around 12%, then we can do 2 years in a row with wheat and then have a fallow field, which means that we can do more. We can produce more wheat in a short amount of time. And with things like potatoes and buckwheat, we could actually get up to like 4 times crops and then a fallow field. So we need a combination of plows, cows or sheep or whatever. Just put animals on a fallow field, and then we can produce more crops before we need to put in a fallow field to gain all the nutrients back. Oh, they're going to construct a pavement now. That should be interesting. I want to see how they do that. So what are your thoughts on the new houses, chat? I do love them very much. They're so awesome. And I like the fact that they made these little stone places here and that we have it right here too. Ah, they're all going to lay some of the bricks now, some of the stone. Ah, very nice, very nice. Here it comes. Well, it's quite the works to lay a little stone road, but that's the case in real life too, so this is cool. This really adds some flavor to it now that we can make areas like this. Because now this really feels like a street. Very short street, but it's a street. And we can expand it later. Very cool, very cool. Alright, so we produce our own iron. We now have 1200, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. A bit oversized. Well, I think if you compare them to this house here, where only one family lives and they're living 4 families in here, I think they're quite small actually to house 4 families. They will have way less room than in a normal house, so would suggest that you pay less rent in a house like this. But I don't think that's the case, at least not in my economy. But I get the idea. But of course this is multi-story and this is just a normal house with like a little attic for some hay or something like that. Yeah, I get your point, but I like it. And I like the fact that they can actually walk through here. That's really cool. So a guy, you see, there he goes. Very nice with the carts as well. That just looks really cool. We could think of destroying some of the older houses and then just get the new one in. But I'd like to keep these 2. It would just be nice to build a nice city center with all these big houses and then put the older houses around it. That could look very nice. Here we get the barber surgery, which is going to take a long time, but it has most of its resources already. So that's well. Let's continue that. We can see that this farm is actually putting in everything it needs. Maybe we should store some wood in here. Let's tell this up to 2500. That should be fine. If we store some wood in here... Do we have any wood actually? Yeah. Then the guys from the mine don't have to walk that far all the time to get wood for the mine. For reinforcement. Now the interesting thing is, this is an infinite mine. This is an infinite source of iron ore. So they keep infinitely reinforcing the mine, so that should be a very nice, interesting structure. Well, this is basically what happened during things like the Industrial Revolution and stuff. People were living on a nice big farmhouse in the farmland, where they would work their asses off on the farm, and then people would come live in the city in very small houses, very small apartments, very cramped, very damped, not really nice. But they would still do it because they had to work. So basically, this is kind of historically accurate. People coming from a nice house, going to the city, living in very small, cramped apartments with way too many people. So I like it that way. I think it could use a little bit of reuse of the bricks, because it just uses so many bricks that it takes a really long time to build these houses. Although it also has something speaking for it, of course, because it should not be too easy to get it. This is one plus a store. I'm going to build this one and then see if it... Alright, let's rotate it, see what's the nice looking area and what's the not so nice looking area. I think this should be the back of it. I want to see if there's an actual store in here that we can use to sell goods. I have no clue right now. So let's find out. Alright, let's place it right here next to the other ones. There we go. There it is. Another row house. That'll be interesting. And, they're building the stone house still. Or this barber thing. That's now halfway done. These building projects take up a very long time. It does add a thing to the game though. I like them. Oops, we have a family in dire need of financial help. Maybe we should go to our economy. Our treasury is doing quite well. So, let's see. What can we do to make people more happy? Well, we'll just give them a little bit more money because they have accomplished so much for me. I know it's not the right capitalistic way, but I'm still doing it anyway. Alright, let's see. Let's slaughter a few bulls. We have plenty of hay for now, and still getting new ones, so that's good. That's no issue anymore. Yeah, well, we're going to build the one with the shop in it now, so that should be nice. Is it like a market stall so that you can have multiple goods in there, or just one? I don't even know, so that's interesting. Alright, we don't need to get anything right now, I think, so let's not do that. No. We just need a bit more housing now to house more families to do all the jobs. The barber surgery all of a sudden is done, so that went quickly, the last phase. And we now have a barber surgery. They both work in there. They both do the same job. That's really interesting. This is a wealthy family, by the way. I did not know that, but they came in very wealthy. That's interesting. And hopefully these people... A barber surgery acts both as housing and a business for a family owning it. Barber surgeon family will settle in a town with over 200 populations. Citizens will visit a barber surgery for haircuts or medical treatment and spend their money there. Also, a barber surgeon will visit patients at their home. Alright. A barber surgery is a private business, so it doesn't bring money directly to the city treasury, but you can set a monthly tax for it in the treasury panel. Alright. So can we set a monthly tax just for the barber? Barber surgery taxes. Okay, let's do that, because that's a very wealthy man. We also need to set a tavern tax. Ah, that's nice. So once you build a certain building, you can add a tax to it. That will help. We should also do a wealth tax. So people with a lot of wealth should pay more taxes, because I want more money in. Ah, we can already see the tavern tax and the barber surgery tax running up, so that's good. Show me the money. Ah, it works like a market stall. That's good. Yeah, happy villagers is always nice. Smiley face makes a monkey. I don't know. Apparently. Messenger from Mirefa. I think we should have some sunflower oil at this point. Yeah, we can sell 1,000 sunflower oil, so let's do so. Let's sell some salt. We have plenty. And that's about it, what we're going to sell. Maybe some flax. No, we're getting less and less flax, so that's good. I think we are producing more and more pieces of clothing now. We have 1,400 in store. So maybe we can also start selling some clothing now. Clothing should make a good amount of money. Does he want to buy apples here? No, no clothing too. Okay, warm clothing then. Let's buy 250 warm clothing. Alright, well maybe it's just for you that it does that, or I don't know. I've never seen it. It's a nice monkey though, looks cool. My tree hugging doctrine. Well, I think we should, if you just give them a cold turkey big tax cut or tax payment, then they won't like it. So we'll have to up the taxes now every year a bit, and then slowly, it's like boiling a frog. You just have to boil it slowly, and then it won't make a noise and won't turn against you. But if you just throw it in a boiling pan, it will just jump out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to slowly squeeze all the money out of the population, but not too fast, so they won't even notice it. I do like a whole farming area like this, and with some industry. That looks really cool. And it is a nice barber surgery. Question is, do we have enough water close by? Yes, we do. Okay, very nice. 7,500 bricks. We have 2,900. I think we should just build another brickworks here. That would speed things up big time. Where's the brickworks? Here. And that could really help out in making sure that we... oh, uneven terrain, of course. How could I not have known that? There it goes. We just need more bricks. Very true. There's nothing wrong with hugging a tree. If you truly hug a tree, you know how wide it is, and then you can really know how hard you have to pound with an axe to chop it. So you just have to feel around the tree and hug it a bit to know how hard you'll have to pound. That's the best thing to know that. Or the best way to know that. No laborers. Ah, they're all working in the farm fields, I guess, to do the harvest. Yes, okay. No, that's fine. We'll let them do all the harvesting first. Then they can go back to the manual labors. Do we have enough hay? Yes, okay, so that works well too. That's nice. Almost 10,000 apples. That's an interesting amount. And I think we need to get a few more carts. Space is occupied. Yes, I know. That's why I'm building it next to it. We don't have carts here too, I believe. So let's get one here as well. Space is occupied. Yes, I know. Because with the extra carts, they can move the wood around faster and things like that. So that should be good. We have plenty of horilka and stuff. So nothing there. Okay. I really want the trees removed here, but we just have so much wood that it doesn't really work that way. I guess we should get rid of this one soon enough, now that all the trees here are gone. And if we get rid of this one, the other ones might have to work harder, which could help out. Alright, we have houses here. People are selling their goods. This one's getting filled up. That's nice. So things are working. We just need a lot more housing. Let's make work with that. Another house. Space already occupied by what? Oh, there's 2 trees laying. We should pick those up. Yeah, there's a log laying there. That's just making it so that I can't build the house right now. We'll just have to wait until the log is cleared. What is it horilka? Yeah, it's horilka. It's a local drink from Ukraine. Ostriv is a town in Ukraine that we're creating. And it's just a local drink. You can buy some in the local store here. I sell it in the market stalls. Come on, get rid of this log, people. How hard? Oh, they're just chopping down another tree and now there's more spaces unavailable. That's not nice. Alright, they need to remove 5 trees to build this. That's fine. I know I'm a tree hugger, but they can still remove the trees. Alright, let's go like this. Really need to fill this space up with more housing. And a few wells. Ah, maybe we should build a stone well too. That could be nice. Only low quality water available here. Was that with this one too? I did not see that. Let's see. Hope not. Well, there is some good quality water available here. So let's build it next to this house. This is only low quality water. That's not what we want. Scotland. Very nice. So you're almost neighbors. Well, I didn't know about horilka and the other stuff too, but then somebody from Ukraine told me. So then I knew. Yeah, you don't have to tell the British and the Scottish about booze. That's what they know best. The fishery is done, but we did not put them to work yet. Now we do. That's better. I think we should start producing dried fish, by the way, because we have plenty of salt. And with producing dried fish, it will remain longer for a long time. It will remain good for a long time, so that's better. Let's get fish out of here. Let's put in some dried fish. That should be helpful. Now, of course, we have to change the market stall where we sell it to dried fish too, but that should work. Yeah, we don't need anything there. Us and the Irish, yeah. We know. Let's add some dried fish. Alright, interesting. Dried fish, there we go. I'll just sell a bit of fish still here until we ran out and done, and then we will switch it out for some dried fish. Oh, we can do dried fish in here already. Alright, let's use this because this should be the way to get all the dried fish produced very well. They should have 500 salt in there. The laborer and the carter should also be able to supply it. And once they all have the salt in there, they can produce the dried fish. And they will probably do that during the winter time, so that's a good thing. Do we have some salt to spare? Yes, we have plenty of salt to spare. Alright. Ah, we did already have a closed store, by the way. Ha! Huh. We built an extra one, but we already had one. I did not know that. Alright, one other thing we needed, and I think we still do, is a weed granary. Just one for weed. To store it all. Yeah, we're not going to build it here at the city center. That's not a nice spot for it. Can build it here, however, that's fine. Let's store a lot of weed in there. As long as you weren't drinking in your truck, then it's fine. Alright, here comes the snow. Luckily all is harvested. Very good. So now they should be producing some dried fish soon. I guess we should put 2 people in here then in the winter time. So that they can produce dried fish. They need to put in the stuff though. Let's see. Cancel the order. If you enable dried fish production by setting the production limit over 0. Ah, we have to put it up like this. Alright, so now they will be producing dried fish. I was doing it all wrong. You really have to set the threshold there. So now they'll produce a lot of dried fish. Very good. Ah, okay. Well, I don't know anything about drinks, so pardon me. All I drink is some water with a little added taste and a lot of coffee. That's it. Let's sell some apples. Let's sell some clothing, but not too much because we don't have that much in the town's storage at this point. We do have a lot of shoes to sell though. Or at least we have a lot of shoes in our town. So let's start selling that too. That would be lovely. Ah, here we have carts. Let's get more carts. Perfect. And there's wood in here now, so these guys can get the wood out of there and keep mining. We have 3,000 iron right now, so we can really sell some iron at this point. I think we're doing quite good on the production of goods for exports that we can make money on. So that's really nice. Money should no longer be an issue. It wasn't an issue already, but... yeah, water, coffee and fruit juice. Well, it's just water with a little Added taste without sugar, that's it. I don't drink alcohol, so... Alright guys, I think we should get a few more bridges just because it looks nice and for our people to get past from one side of town to another. Do you agree? Do you want to see more bridges or don't you? Let me know. Chat the sites every now and then here, so please let me know. Appears we still have plenty of space in our graveyard, although the first row is filled up, starting in the second, so no worries there. And our second brickyard is ready. Oh, let's go. Alright, apply to all and apply to all. Yeah, I think it would be better to get a few extra bridges, although at some places we really can't build an extra bridge, I think. But now that we're building houses this way, maybe we should get a little bridge connection somewhere here, maybe even here if it fits. Could be interesting. I think we should do one here, if we can. Can't do it here because we built the houses so close to the side, but that's okay. And then maybe later on here when we get to building out here somewhere, I don't know. Could be interesting though. And it could also be interesting to getting a few oxen soon and then start to build a few plows. But for that we need a few more bulls. Yeah, I know. I'm a real bridge builder. Well, not really. I'm not known for that, but yeah, could be very interesting. Me building bridges. 600, alright. Deal. Now I'm lost. Yeah, here it is. Here's my town. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this is completely good. Okay. Ah, this granary is done. Let's start stacking it with weed. Like 15,000. Let's apply to all and apply to all. Let's store all the weed in here. Yeah, I know if we do it on the really steep parts, but for instance here we can build a bridge. Now this is not a very busy traveled area, but I think if we start building a bridge here, it might still go well here, but I'm not sure. We can try. But it could help out to build an extra bridge somewhere here. So there we go. Oh, this looks interesting. We'll see. And I definitely want to try and get a bridge here too. Too low. Oh. Well, maybe we can actually. Place is occupied. Well, then we'll just get rid of this house. Because having an extra bridge right here, I think might be very beneficial. Place is occupied. Ah, probably this site they mean. Can't build on water. It's a bridge. Of course I can build it on the water. Alright, there comes a bridge too. Interesting. Yeah, it might be a weird way, but yeah, I think they should do something. That's what I meant last time when we talked about the whole idea of changing up the landscape. I don't like terraforming the whole landscape and getting rid of hills, but now having a little smoothing tool so that you can make sure that they can really use the bridge in a proper way and things like that. That should be a very good thing. Yeah, I think you're right about that. 400 people. Very nice. We're really becoming a town now, so if we zoom out we can see that we're quite big actually. All these areas filled up. Very nice. There we go. All the animals go to the pastures. And a messenger from Balaklia. Well, I'm not gonna sell anything or whatever, so this is good. Yeah, it's probably the dev's way to make it sense, but I don't know about the game mechanics if you create a game like this. I know they've put some effort into the landscape, and I don't know how hard it is to make it possible to pretty easily change the landscape. I just don't know, so maybe it's quite hard actually to do that, and that's why it's not possible, or... And it could also be that they just focused on new buildings and things like that and not really on the whole part of terraforming. Maybe that's something for later. This is still only Alpha 5. And if this really is version 0.5, then it's only halfway near completion. If you would say that version 1.0 is completion. So if this game is only halfway done, it has already come a long way. And if this is only halfway, then we're up for a very, very good game. Everything is collected and construction is in progress and it's almost done. We get an extra row house with a little store in it. Very cool. Alright, everything looks nice. Let's check everything again for a bit. We have apples, we have bark, we have bricks, we have buckwheat, charcoal. Alright, interesting. Now, by the way, for those who don't know it yet, here you can see which resources have perished. So basically which have gone bad and have been thrown away. So you can see that we're doing quite good. Some apples and some fish we lost last year, but that's it. No other goods got spoiled, so that's actually quite good. So I'm very happy with that. We can also see that we produce more firewood than we use, so that's a good thing. I like it. And yeah, we're doing quite okay on most products. That's nice. So let's keep it up. People got married. That's nice. Hope they enjoy it. Yes, 3 vacancies in this apartment building. And now we have a store in here. It actually has 8 spots. That's even better. Alright, let's sell all the food that we have here. Buckwheat. I don't know, what else do we have? Chicken meat, chicken eggs, but we're not have a lot of that. Dried fish. I also want to sell some firewood. I want to sell some flour here. I want to sell potatoes. Very nice. And sell some clothing and some shoes. If we can sell all of this just in here, that is really something. Then we'll be selling a lot of goods. This is very nice. Basically, if we build a square here with these houses and we do another one store on the other side, we should have plenty of space, and we only need 2 people to do the work of 4. Because if we need 4 market stalls and we only need 1 of this, that's very good. I like it. This is nice. Well, hopefully it does work efficiently as well. We do have the barber too, and they're finally chopping trees here. That's a very good thing. I think we should continue the road a bit more here, or the pavement. It's hard to tell how far we can go. We can go like this. Alright, let's add some pavement. Now, last time, if you remember, we talked about building roads. And if it would be nice if we could build our own roads. And then I explained that the problem with most of these tools is that you can't really build the road as you want them to. What I want is just a painting tool. So you get a big circle or something like that. You can make bigger and smaller, and you just paint where you want the road. Because right now, this is just very hard to make the road exactly as I want it to without it having weird shapes and angles and things like that. So I would love to have just a painting tool. Yeah, 94, especially in 1732. That was a very good age, true. They should let you do defenses. Or maybe, but that just adds a whole different thing to the game, I guess. And this game is not about any form of violence, and considering what's happening in Ukraine at this point, I don't think that's something that they'll add into this game. Because I think they've seen enough violence there right now. And I like the fact that this is a city builder with no threats from outside and things like that. It's just about building the city. But that's just my opinion, of course. I mean, if anybody else wants defenses and stuff like that, that's totally fine. And it's probably moddable, so you can just build some stuff for yourself. But I like it that this is just a nice and easy game like this. Alright, fishing. They're getting the fish in and then they salt it. And we have some dried fish. Very good. Well, this part of town is also working out. Look at this. Nice house on the water. Even the shadows are perfect. I like this game so much. When you see a game like this, I really do wonder why a game like Bastide looks the way it does. I mean, some of the buildings look very nice in Bastide, but just the whole texture of the landscape and how things interact with each other. So the buildings on the landscape and the farm on the landscape. It's just... it's such a big difference, this game and a game like Bastide. And I don't know, I have no clue about game developing, so I don't know why that is. But you would think that they would be able to do a better job with a game like Bastide to make it look nicer, just like this one. Yeah, I like this the best too. Look at this, by the way. If you take a look here, a little bit from this angle, you can really see that it's running up a hill. It looks really nice. Like a slightly hilly town, all the houses slowly going up. I like it. So it does let you work with the landscape. It's not that as soon as there is some sort of a hill you can't build on it, but it's just at some places we can't build on it, but it just looks really nice. And now we get on top here. Oh, we chopped quite an area of trees. That's interesting. Oh, we're going to keep that up, but maybe we can build a few houses here later on. Oh, not too close to the charcoal pits, of course. People will get sick, but... yeah, maybe you're right, Jay. Maybe you're right. I don't know the idea behind Bastide. It's a fun game and I enjoy it, but I just like the whole aesthetics of this game too. This is so nice. I mean, if I would ever get into game developing or whatever, I would create a game like this, because this is so much fun, so nice looking, well thought, things are historically accurate. This is a very well made game. And I think it's highly underrated. I think way more people than enjoy a game like this could enjoy a game like this than that do now. I mean, a few months ago you had that Hogwarts game completely hyped, everybody talking about it, everybody wanting to get it. If you go look on it now, you see that for 2 months, or maybe not even 2 months, just 1 month, it was trending on Steam and everybody was streaming it, and now you have to search for it, otherwise you won't even find it anymore. And the whole hype is over and a lot of people aren't even playing it anymore. And I think a lot of those people should actually be playing this, because this is a lot of fun. Alright, 4 more houses, 2 wells. Maybe we should up the wells first, otherwise these people will run out of water soon. Then we'll get bridges and some pavement, so we should continue the development of town even further, I guess. We still need more people. Alright, these are the 3-story houses. I think I want to continue now with just 2-story houses, and then later on we can do the 3-story houses. I do need to see if we sell alcohol everywhere. I don't think so. So let's start selling some Horilka here. Or are we selling that already? No, see? We're not selling anything like that already. And let's get the apples out of here and let's sell some mead here. so that this part of town can also get a drink. Yeah, that's true, Jay. True. Well, I think sometimes a game is really good and it should be hyped because it's a very good game. But sometimes it's the other way around. A lot of people get very hyped about a certain game and I don't even know why. And then you check it out and it really appears to be not that good. Which is kind of sad, I guess. But it's just the way it is. But with a game like Hogwarts, I did not see the full potential that a lot of people saw in it. So I don't know why they would all get hyped all the time. Alright, is it me or does this roof look quite differently? Oh well, it's still a nice house, so let's build another one. Yeah, that's probably it, Jay. That's probably it. Both in early access and they can still see what they do with it. That's all totally fine, of course. We'll let them do that. Alright, I want another one row house with an arch and 2 floors in it. We're building this piece of road here. Let's get rid of it. I don't want it there yet because we first need to finish this. I think we should leave some space open in between. But then we'll continue the row houses like this. Is this a bit straight? Yes. Alright. Right here. There should be some sort of an alleyway here. I guess we can do another one with a store next to it as well. There we go. Alright. Well, I guess it's true that a lot of people just go with the hype because that is what the hype is, and then they want to get the views and stuff like that. So that's probably it. And I'm not here for the views, judging by the fact that a lot of my streams are only done for like 3 or 4 people. Not that I'm not here for you guys. I am here for you guys because we have a lot of fun together, but I'm just here for the fun. And everybody who wants to join, feel very free and welcome to do so. If you don't want to join, also fine. Just go join somebody else's hype train. But I like this, and I like you guys. You guys are amazing and the best. I have the best chat out here on the whole streaming platform. So don't go anywhere else. Stay here with me. You guys are awesome. Alright, let's build some more benches all around town, because a lot of people need to sit and be able to enjoy their lives. Maybe this is a nice corner for a gazebo. Although that also suffers from uneven terrain. Ah, here we can place it. Very good. Oh, yeah, there it is. Alright, there goes a gazebo. Up to 6 now. Yeah, 5, 6 every now and then. It's all fine. We have so much fun, and especially with Roadhog and Kevin, who are the most loyal friends I know. It's just amazing to be here and have all this fun. And you're very welcome, Jay, and you look very nice. We love to have you here, so always feel welcome to join us here. Let's see if we can build a little bit of an orchard here. F1. Let's see. Can we make it bigger? Yes. We can. Too long. Okay. Let's make it as big as possible without interfering with the mine. There. Alright, that's another orchard, that's cool. That's true, that's true. Lately, most people joined up the channel while I was offline because they are rewatching the streams and enjoying it. So that's really nice. Yeah, I was also thinking about trying a different fruit, but the fun with having one, or the easy part with just having one type of fruit, is that you don't have to put up granary space and set up another storage, and that you can really provide enough for everybody. I mean, we now have 10,000 pieces of apples, so that's fine. We don't need any more, but in the beginning, I think it's good to just focus on one so that you actually have something to share with your people. And now we can change that out for another piece. So probably the apricots. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to, let's see, let's get the chicken eggs out of this one, I guess. And let's put in some apricot. We'll do 2,500. We'll store them all in here. That's fine. Good game has a soul. Ah, that's true. Good people too. Ah, one of our bridges is done. They're immediately using it. That's nice. Wow, that's steep. But they managed to go over it easily, so... not too hard for them. That's good. October, so farmers should be getting in the harvest. Still a lot of work to get in all the harvests. Let's see. Alright, we have a few 2-year-old oxen bulls. We have 1-year-old bulls. I think we can get our first farm with plows. So what we need to do is to supply for oxen later on, as soon as the harvest is in. And once we have done that, we can order a few plows and then get the oxen in. That should be nice. Alright, that's going to be the focus next. Get some plows. How many bricks do we have? 5,400 and 4,500. Finally. So with these two, we can really up the bricks. Now we're going to build a lot of row houses too, so we really need them, but that's nice. Here comes another bridge. I guess it's done at the right time. Now that they can go into this part of town. In the forest. Maybe one of you guys wants a forest cabin. It's almost like some sort of holiday home. Nice house in the woods. Ooh, there's some lines again. They'll go away after I save up and restart the game. But that'll be for next stream, not today. Alright, very nice. Ah, the forest cabin would be Jay's choice. Well, that's a good choice, Jay. Alright, we can see that most of the fields are harvested now. This one is done. Almost done. Alright, let's order supply for oxen right there. We'll do the same right here, so at least all farms are supplying for oxen. They should just have it in there and that's it. Let's get this one too. Was that all the farms? Yes, okay. And then we'll order oxen for this farms, or plows I have to say. We'll order plows, and then all we need to do is set some oxen. We need 2 oxen for 1 plow, but we have to make sure that, yeah, they have the goods to feed the oxen, so that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, we have all the oxen to completely supply this one with plows. Now, basically what I have to do is run some calculations to see what the best ways will be with 5 crops to rotate them. So I might do that for next stream and see what the best ways are to put food in if we use the plows. Because the plow do give back the nutrients, so that could be something. One other thing we need though is sheepies. For warm clothing and for helping out on the fallow fields to gain more nutrients back. Evil Dead Cabin is my choice. Oh, you'll get yours, that's fine. Let's get a few sheep farms. Can we build them here? That will be interesting. Yeah, uneven terrain, of course, why not? Oh boy. What if we turn it this way and then try and build a sheep farm here? Well, that's one. Very nice. I want two actually. Can we just build one somewhere here? I don't think so. Maybe just next to this one, or... Oh, we can build one right here like this. Very nice. We'll have to see what they eat. Breeding, blah, 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 blah. That's all fine. In winter, each animal consumes 15 units of hay and water per month. Build hay dryers for hay provision and hay barracks for storage. The sheep farm building can only hold 500 units of hay. Okay, so we need hay for them, so we can prepare for that by building a hay barracks, of course. If the uneven terrain will allow us, of course. Yep, it will. At least one. And two. Then we also need a few hay dryers here. We're not going to use this space anyway, so why not? And then we can get some sheepies. After a while, of course. Ah, we need more lime. We're out of lime. Lime, there we are. We'll buy everything. Deal. Let's sell some sunflower oil to make up for all the money that we're spending. Let's sell a few shoes to make up for all the money that we're spending. Ah, we're almost there already. That's going the right direction. Let's sell some more apples. Not gonna sell any clothing right now. Well, this should work. Ah, and we can sell charcoal too. Alright. So, well, we're selling more than we're buying, so that worked out. We need a working tavern. We have a working tavern. We have 11 housing available, it says right now. That's quite a bit. So a lot more families should be able to join. Except that our tavern isn't running that well, because apparently we run out of alcohol all the time. Could be that we just need to provide some more alcohol to the people right here. But I don't think they're really selling it in the marketplaces. We might just need to get an extra tavern. Another messenger from the Karchi again. Okay. Oh, these need to get some food. Interesting. Can't find lime anywhere. Yeah, I know. We're working on it. Let's build a gazebo first then. And the hay barracks already. And then we can continue with this as soon as the lime is brought in. We can check right here. No lime yet, but it should be getting in quick enough. Do we have a storage for some lime? I don't think so. But we have the storage here for clothing and stuff that we don't really store because we store that in this one already. Right here. Yep, there we go. So let's store some lime in here. Lime. So at least we have a storage for it. Do you have a brewery? No, not yet. Not yet. Get me some beer. Oh, you can drink all the beer you want, Rodok. But we don't have a brewery in this town yet. No apples. Ah, they spoiled right before they picked them up. Well, they'll get fixed soon. We do have the lime now, though, so we can build the row house quickly. I think we need more taverns in actual make sure that everybody can get a drink from a tavern. Question is where to build this tavern. Kinda don't want to build it in here with all the stone housing, so we're just going to build it somewhere here. So the people can have a drink. Maybe build it here. One. But we're going to need another one too, maybe in this part. Oops, that was a bit too fast. Yep, we're going to build a tavern here too. Okay, well, that should get people their drinks. Well, I think they should create a a local pub within one of these houses too, because that would be fun. I don't think a pub with like a roof like it has right now and stuff fits in with all these nice row housing that we have now. So I think they can put a lot more stuff into the row houses that we could actually use in the game. That would be a lot of fun. Let's get some more warm clothing, by the way, because we need to keep our people warm. Maybe we also need to think about getting some horses soon that we can use to carry stuff around. That could be something. But I always want to get everything before I even reach 500 people. And that's not always the best thing, of course. Too bad we can't supply this one with more alcohol all the time. They do get it, but right now we're quite stagnant because every time they run out of alcohol. So that really needs to be fixed. They're bringing in 60 mead, and once it's in, it gets sold straight away, and it says we have no working tavern anymore. So that might be a little issue, but we'll see. Ah, they built a hay barracks here already. Building the other one, then we get to another row house. And then we get to the taverns. That should be nice. February is more than halfway done. We can see the roads already again, so the snow is slowly melting. And then we'll get into a new season for our farms. Hopefully with enough people, but I don't think so because we're not getting any new ones. Alright, the row house getting done. Yeah, I don't think it works with apples. Let's see, the brewery. Beer is produced in batches. Here, beer production consists of several steps. First, the hops are dried and the barley is germinated and dried. The resulting hops and malt are boiled in water in a process called mashing. Then the result mass is fermented for 1 month. Beer is produced in batches. Choose the number of beer to be produced in one batch and number of batches. To start the batch, your workers will gather the required barley, hops and drinking water. So it could be that if we start to build a few hop yards here, then here we have the water. We build a bridge, we build a brewery maybe on this side, where we have the water, the hops, and we have to grow some barley. That could actually work. So that could be interesting. Cure your dry liver. Oh, we'll cure your dry liver, just not right now. Need to build a few taverns first, because we do have a lot of drinks in town. We have 1,000 mead in store. We have a lot more horilka, I believe. Yeah, 4,000. So there's still plenty of drinks for you. Just need to get it to the people. We have 14 houses available now. Just need more people to come in. And every time the tavern starts working, it stops working straight away as well. So no new people come in. That's not the way I want to see it, but it is what it is. Let's sell some extra salt. Make some more money, since we don't have enough yet. Deal. If you have that much meat, can you up the capacity of the taverns? No, I was already checking that. There's just a normal family living here. And all they get is like 50 horilka or 50 mead. And then it gets sold out straight away. And that's why it's not working. However, what we could do, that might actually be something too. We build a small granary next to it. I think I have the solution for the problem. Let's build the small granary here. And once that's done, we store all the booze in this one. So that it's really close to the tavern. Then they just have to go here to grab it. And it's a very short walk. That might help out a bit, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. I do like the fact that they plowed these fields now. That worked. So I'll have to set up a new system soon in order to make the best of the fields. But I have not done the latest calculations on that to see which combinations are the best for a 5-crop rotation system. So we'll do that later. We still have 14 houses available, so still nobody is moving in. They should be doing that right now. Come on, I want new families in. And yep, tavern no longer functioning. Now it's functioning again. I guess it needs to function for quite a long time to actually work. I think this means that we should get the small granary next to this one too, in order to store some booze here too. So let's try that. And we postpone these row houses a bit till we get the sheep farms. We really need to fix the issue with the drinks and families not moving in. We'll do it like this then. This is better because then we can set the granary up already while they are building the next tavern. Alright, let's go to our construction site. More and more men are joining in to build this drinking house. We can see Roadhog helping out there because he desperately needs a beer. New messenger coming in. Let's buy some extra alcohol now that we get a lot of extra taverns. There we go. Alright, last bits of wood and then some thatch on the roofs and we have it. There it comes. Then I really want the small granaries up. Now, you know, I said in an earlier part of the video and in my YouTube videos already that the small granary basically is not really worth it because it can only store half the amount of a normal granary and it's not half as expensive. It's about a third cheaper, so price-wise, concerning your resources, it's not really worth building them. But you see, this is a very small one and it takes up a small space. And we don't have that much space here. And with all the inaccessible terrain for building because of the slopes, it has its use, the small granary. So if you want to build most cost efficient, always build the big granary, because you can store twice as much in it and it's only a third more expensive. But if you have some lack of space as we have, or you have a specific use for it, of course, then it can be very useful to build this one. And of course we have plenty of resources, so we don't have to worry about anything like that. A new family settled in town. That's very nice. And a messenger from Balaklia came in. I think we need to get some more lime for all the row houses. There's just so many things we need to do, because I do want to get my own lime production up so we can build the row houses that I want. Alright, let's set up this for all the alcohol that we can get. Beer, horilka, mead. We'll store 200. No, we'll store, I don't know, 2,000 each, or no, 1,000. So that we can spread it out over all the different small granaries in town. I think that's best. Let's hire ladies. And tell them that the laborers and carters can also help by filling it up. Then we should get all the drinks out of this one. Out of the big granaries, because there are no taverns close by anyway. So let's get that out. That should be helpful. But at least new families are moving in. And I'm very happy with that. There's still vacancies here. The store is very well functional. I like that a lot. New family settling in town again. Finally, we get an influx of people that can do all the jobs that we have available. That's very nice. Very nice. Here comes the next tavern. So maybe this granary can be set up for some horilka and some mead. Simply because we have a tavern next to it. So then it could work, of course. Alright, like this. This should do the trick. And of course, to all new followers, thank you very much. Thank you very much again, Buckswin, for subscribing to this again. You have been a subscriber for 2 months now. That's highly appreciated, and thanks for the financial support it gives me. I also want to say here, because I put the streams up on YouTube as well, thank you very much to all new YouTube subscribers. It has been quite a lot lately. Thanks so much, it's amazing. And I hope you keep enjoying my videos. Always feel free to talk right here in chat in the stream, or just leave a comment below my videos on YouTube. I will respond to each and every one of them, because I always do that. But thanks so much. I've been overwhelmed by all the support and kindness and things like that. So that's just amazing. Alright, we're really growing our village again now. 5 of the 14 available houses now get filled up. Ah, Mariska, yeah. I've been commenting to you quite a bit. That's very nice. Well, at least you know that I always respond to comments I get there, so that's nice. Very nice. Yeah, we had some nice, interesting talks on there. Cool. And it's open. Let's wait until we can fill it up. And then we have alcohol all over town. Well, thanks for all your nice comments and all your suggestions and things like that. Really helpful. I like it when people interact and give ideas and thoughts on the YouTube videos. So, oh, that's very nice of you. You're very kind. Alright, let's buy some extra meat, because we don't have that much actually. Anything to sell? No, not really. We need to keep some stuff ourselves too. And of course this is by boat. How much do we have in... Do we have enough apples? Yeah. Let's put some apples here in the export. No, because they spoiled. Maybe that's not a good option. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, you're always welcome. Very true. You fit in well here in the chat. You're very nice to talk to, so always welcome. Really nice. And that goes for everybody, of course. Everybody's welcome here. We don't exclude people. Another small granary coming up. Then we get to our sheep farms. And of course, if you have suggestions also in stream or about anything, just let us know. We'll listen to them. Or if you have ways to improve my streaming or to get things even better, always share it. Alright, here comes the tavern. Or not the tavern, the small granary. I have to say, it does look really nice, this small granary. Kapow! Yeah, there are some nice and interesting emotes here. I also can get some special ones, I believe, but I don't know. I'm not as good as other people with that. Yep, small granary up and running. Beer. Horilka and some mead. There we are. We'll just go to the other one. Ooh, we have a family in financial need. That's not good. Here's the other one. Let's do apply to all. And apply to all. And now the other granary should be working too. I see a food issue there that we're going to address soon. Ah, they just moved here, so that's why they have a little food issue. That'll be fixed soon enough. We can see we have plenty of stuff in here. Still a bit short on the wheat though, so that should be a concern later on, I think. We'll fix that though. Ah, the first sheep farm is coming up. Very nice, but... Ah, we are running out of water here. I was afraid of that. Because we have so many people living here and not enough wells, apparently. Let's build another well here. We built one right here. And we'll build one maybe a little bit more this way. Only low quality water. Yeah, that's not supposed to be the case. We'll put some water outside the tavern. That might help. Let's start building these first to fix the water problems here. But this is also going to be the moment where I'm going to slowly say my goodbyes for today. It has been 2 hours. I'm getting a bit tired. Tomorrow we have another busy day with the family. Ah. Hey, wifey! I was just slowly starting to say my goodbyes here. Ooh, look at these pumpkins. Very cool. But nice of you to join. They already missed you, so that's nice. Alright, let's get the well up. There it goes, fairly quickly. Let's take a look at this little stone well that we have right now. Very nice. Should be holding enough water soon to supply all the villagers with water. Very nice. Well, while you guys talk a bit with wifey, I'm going to say my goodbyes because I'm a bit tired and I have to go to bed soon. Thank you all very much for being here. Thank you so much. It has been great, nice, fun, and all of that. Thanks, Jay, for being here. I hope to see you more often. And of course, always feel free to comment on the YouTube videos. I'll respond to it. Had a lot of fun today. Very nice chats. Tried a little bit more relaxed gaming. Not just focused on achieving as much as we can in the game, but also a lot of talking. I think I managed to do that a bit. I will be back on Sunday. Don't know if it will be Ostriv again or we'll do something different, but it might just be Ostriv again. Because, well, we have so much fun with it. A lot of people enjoy it. And it goes so well. So I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. Have a great Easter weekend, you all. Have a nice time. Either with friends or loved ones or whoever you want to be with. And I hope to see you all Sunday evening back here with another stream. Well, I don't think it's going to be Bastide again Sunday. We've built all the buildings last stream. And it's kind of done for now, I think. I am looking forward to a few new city builders, so it might be just a new one or we just continue this one, we'll see. It's a bit of a surprise, very nice. So, thanks a lot. I'll be in chat for a bit, but stream is going to end now. So, thanks and bye-bye. See you all next time. Have a great weekend. Take care, stay healthy. You are the best. See you. Bye-bye.